Welcome back to the channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So don't keep this video to yourself. Share it to as much persons as possible because I know that these videos are good and they are very helpful. So share them with your classmates, share them with your friends, share them with your family. All right, so this morning we are going to go through some more multiple choice items. All right, let me hit that share screen button. There you go. All right, we're there. So again, remember to like, share, and subscribe. All right, so we are going to go through half of the paper. We're going up to question 34 for this video because as I've always been saying, I don't want the videos to be too long, right? All right, so this says items 1 to 3 refer to the following family tree. So read the family tree. James Smith got married to Susan Harris. They had David, Jason, Diane, and Stephanie, right? Stephanie got married to Danny Williams and had one child, which is Mary. Melissa Ayung got married to David and had one child, which is Jenny. Great. So number 1 says, what is most likely to be Jenny's surname? So if you look at the diagram, that is easy. So you know that number 1 is A, right? Because David is the son of James Smith, so he takes on his father's name, so his child would get his name as well. So that's Smith. Number 2 says, what is the relationship of Mary to James Smith? That is pretty easy. Again, that is granddaughter. She's his granddaughter. Good. Number 3 says, which of the following individuals would belong to the 3rd generation of the Smith family? Pretty easy again, that is Mary. That's either Mary or Jenny. Jenny is not a possible answer, so we know that Mary is there. Good. Which of the following now are aspects of the socialization process for number 4? So we get 3 responses and we're taking a combination, either 2 or all of the suggested answers. So I says childbearing, I says religious teaching, I says recreational activity. So the answer for number 4 is C, religious teaching and recreational activity. Childbearing is not a part of the socialization process because childbearing is a total different function. All right, so you are doing good so far. So items 5 to 6 refer to the following scenario. Susan is 26 years old. She is married, has 2 children and a well-paid job. Her husband died in a motor vehicle accident. Soon after his death, Susan and her children went to live with her parents, her brother, and his family. So items 5 and 6 refers to that statement. Good. So number 5 says, the situation has changed Susan's family structure from. 5 says the answer is B, from nuclear to extended. You have to remember that she lived with her husband and her children. That is a nuclear family. Now she moved in with other family members. Right? So she's gonna live with her parents, her brother, and his own family. So that is more than 2 generations. So that has now become an extended family. So the answer to number 5 is B as in boy, nuclear to extended. Number 6 now says, which of the following are likely to have had the least influence on Susan's decision to live with her relatives? A says cultural traditions and expectations. B says protection and care for her children. C says insufficient income to provide for her children. And D says the love and affection of her relatives. So the answer for number 6 is A, cultural traditions and expectations would have been the least likely factor to influence Susan's decision. Now, let's move on to number 7. Number 7 says, which of the following situations represents a recent change in roles of family members? Is it A, fathers being employed in white-collar jobs? B, mothers spending more time with their babies? C, adolescents playing a part in family decision making, or D, grandparents playing a more effective socialization role. So the answer for number 7 is C, right? This represents one of the changing roles. Adolescents playing a part in family decision making. That's for number 7. So you are doing good so far. Number 8 now says more husbands are now performing household chores mainly because of A, get more time off from work than their wives, B, prefer to remain at home and assist their wives, C, are able to use labor-saving devices, or D, are responding to the changing roles of family members. The answer for number 8 is D, are responding to the changing roles of family members. Good? So the man understands that the woman's role is not only to do household chores and stay at home with the kids, but the woman is going out to work. So because him understand that, he is also helping out with household chores because both of them probably are working, or sometimes he can be a stay-at-home, that too, because the roles can be reversed. All right. Number 9 says, which of the following is the least likely effect of drug abuse on family life by one or both parents? A says physical abuse of children. B says increased rivalry among siblings. C says emotional tension among family members. D says insufficient money for children's education. The answer for number 9 is B, increased rivalry among siblings, right? That now have nothing to do with drug abuse. So that's the odd one out. So that's the answer. Number 10 says, some adolescents challenge the views and attitudes of adults. Such a situation is brought about by A, peer pressure, B, sibling rivalry, C, parental pressure, or D, generational conflict. So the answer for number 10 is D, generational conflict. Because this is also referred to as the generation gap, because parents and children have different views concerning matters of everyday life. So your parents might believe that it's not safe outside, so by 10 o'clock you're supposed to come in. But probably nowadays, adolescents will say, no, 10 o'clock is too early, give me until 12, so that might cause a conflict. You understand? A young man might want to pierce his ears or put on a tattoo because that is trendy. But some parents are old school and believe that you can't do those things until you're living on your own or until you reach a certain age. So those things cause generational conflict because parents and children have different views concerning certain matters. Number 11 says, which of the following practices is most likely to account for the high incidence of street children in the Caribbean? A says parental abandonment. B says selling of illegal drugs. C says stealing to support self. D says involvement in prostitution. The answer for number 11 is A, parental abandonment. That is the most likely cause of street children. Let's move on to number 12 now. Which of the following characteristics must a group possess for it to be considered a formal group? Right? Is it I, code of conduct, I, specific objectives, I, membership requirements? Remember, it's saying what does it need to be considered a formal group? It needs all of the above to be considered a formal group. Must have a code of conduct. So these are regulations that members must abide by. Must have specific objectives, meaning there must be a main purpose or several purposes, several reasons for the group. And membership must have requirements. People can't just join whenever they feel like, or whoever feels to join joins. There must be some stipulation as to who can join. Good? So the answer for number 12 is D. I, and I, right? D as in dog. Number 13 now. So number 13 refers to the following scenario. The citizens of Garden Village are not satisfied with plans to locate a cemetery on land adjacent to the main river in their community. They formed a group to make representation to the parish council. Number 13 says, the group they formed may best be classified as A, pair, B, formal, C, interest, D, primary. So that group is for a specific reason or a specific cause. We call those groups C, interest groups. Good? Number 14 now. Ralph is the leader of his school choir. He makes all group decisions without consulting his other group members. What type of leader is Ralph? Is he A, democratic, B, participative, C, laissez-faire, D, authoritarian? He is making all the decisions on his own. He's not consult with anybody. So the answer for number 14 is D, authoritarian. Number 15 now says, which of the following best characterizes a primary group? Is it A, large size, B, occasional contact, C, face-to-face interaction, or D, a common name or title? The answer for number 15, what characterizes a primary group, is C, face-to-face interaction. Remember that primary groups are usually small, so face-to-face interaction is constant. An example of a primary group would be a classroom of students. Remember, these students, you would sit with them for at least 1 year, right? And then you see each other 5 times for the week from, say, 8 o'clock to 2:30. So face-to-face, so they're always in your face and you know them. Many of your classmates become your lifelong friends. All right, number 16 says, democratic control and open membership are features of A, sole trader, B, street gang, C, private company, or D, cooperative society. So the answer for number 16 is D, a cooperative society. That's the only likely answer. Democratic control, a sole trader meaning one person running a business. A street gang, a gang usually has one leader, which is usually autocratic. A private company wouldn't necessarily need democratic control because it is private. So the likely answer there is a cooperative society. So we're using the process of elimination. Remember to check out my video about how to answer multiple choice items. Just click on my channel and you can find that video. If also you're watching this video for the first time on my channel, I have several other videos going through multiple choice items, and I also tackle topics in social studies. Number 17 says, which of the following actions is most likely to lead to the survival of a group? Is it A, solving problems as a group, B, members acting individually, C, leader controlling group members, or D, members being critical of group goals? So what action is likely to lead to the survival of a group? So number 17, clearly the answer is A. If you notice, as you read through A, you realize that it is the answer. But one of the mistakes that students do is once they see something that looks like the answer, they circle it or shade it and move on. That is the incorrect way of answering multiple choice. You have to ensure that even if you see one that is the answer, you read through all of them, because sometimes answers can be close, and the aim of multiple choice is for you to select the best possible answer. So even if you see the answer at first glance, still read through all the possible suggested answers. So the answer for number 17 is A, solving problems as a group. Number 18 now. Samuel broke one of the school rules and the teacher gave him 250 lines to write. The action of the teacher is an example of A, a right, B, a norm, C, a ritual, D, a sanction. So he did something wrong and now he's being punished. So that punishment is termed as D, sanction. Number 19 now. Which of the following may be classified as institutions? Is it I, religion, I, marriage, I, government? Which of the following? So we need a combination of either 2 or all 3. So the answer for number 19 is B as in boy. So the 2 institutions there, religion and government. Those are the 2 religions. Number 20 now. The plan proposed by political parties for managing a country is published in a document called A, pamphlet, B, manifesto, C, magazine, D, constitution. The answer for number 20 is B, manifesto. That is the document that contains all the the political parties' plans if they were to be voted in as the government. 21 now says, in which of the following countries is proportional representation practiced? This, you must know this. However, remember, even if you don't know, make an educated guess because you have a 25% chance of getting the correct answer because only 4 possible answers are there. So if you don't know, make an educated guess, right? Try and eliminate. In Jamaica, we know we don't have proportional representation. So if the country that you live in, because I know people from all over the Caribbean are watching these videos. So if you know that your country don't practice proportional representation and you see it there, you know, you eliminate that. So you have an even greater chance of getting the answer correct. Understand that? Right, so I live in Jamaica. I know that Jamaica doesn't practice proportional representation. So I'm strike out that. So I'm left with A, Guyana, C, Barbados, D, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right? I know that Barbados has constitutional monarchy, which uses the first past the post system. So I eliminate Barbados as well. So I'm left with Guyana, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So the answer for number 21 now is A, Guyana. Guyana uses proportional representation. All right. 22. Which of the following strategies is a political party likely to use to reach a large number of persons in the shortest possible time? What political parties use to reach large numbers of people in a short space of time? A, posters. B, public meetings. C, electronic media. Or D, house-to-house visits. Which one do you think is easiest to reach a large number of people? That's easy. So the answer for 22 is C, electronic media. So TV, radio, social media, right? Number 23 now says, in a constitutional monarchy, the political leader of the victorious party becomes the A, Prime Minister, B, Governor General, C, Leader of the House, or D, President of the Senate. The leader of the victorious political party under constitutional monarchy becomes the A, Prime Minister. Number 24 now says, which of the following group of Caribbean countries has a republican form of government? Again, know what type of government your country has. So if your country is not a republic, if you see it there, you eliminate all the answers that contain your country, right? Good. Is it A, Barbados and St. Kitts and Nevis? B, Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago? C, Antigua and Barbuda and Montserrat? Or D, Jamaica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines? So the group of countries that uses a republican style of government for number 24 is B, Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago. Number 25. The role of the opposition in parliament can best be described as A, inciting civil disobedience and mass protest. B, voting in favor of all bills debated in parliament. C, presenting alternatives to government's policies. D, rejecting policies which the ruling party proposes. Easy again. Number 25 now is C, role of the opposition, presenting alternatives to government's policies. Number 26. Which of the following outlines the order through which a bill proceeds to become law in most Caribbean countries? Is it A, Governor General or President to the upper house, then to the lower house? Or is it from the lower house to the upper house, then the Governor General or President? Or C, is it from the upper house to the Governor General or President, then to the lower house? D, is it from the lower house to the Governor General or President or upper house? For 26 now, it's not difficult. Always remember that the last part of the bill is when the Governor General signs it into law. So the Governor General must be the last person who sees the bill before it becomes law. Right? So look for the one that has the Governor General at the end. Look for the one that has the Governor General on the end. You see it? Very good. Excellent. So the answer for number 26 is B as in boy. So the bill goes from the lower house to the upper house, then to the governor general or president. So the answer for number 26 is B as in boy. All right, let's move on to number 27 now. So number 27. In the English-speaking Caribbean, the first court which hears criminal offenses is usually the A, High Court, B, Coroner's Court, C, Court of Appeal, or D, Magistrate's Court. Answer for number 27 is D, Magistrate's Court. Number 28, a national budget has a surplus when the expenditure is A, equal to revenue, B, less than revenue, C, greater than revenue, D, sufficient to finance development. Easy again. So the answer for number 28 is B, less than revenue. Right? Budget surplus, expenditure. If expenditure are your expenses, if your expenses are less than the money that you collect or the money that you have in hand, then you must see a surplus. Logistics are pretty easy to work out. Number 29, the Constitution of Commonwealth Caribbean countries guarantees citizens freedom of conscience, expression, assembly, and government. These freedoms are usually referred to as A, citizenship, B, civic duties, C, human rights, or D, social justice. Answer for number 29 is C, human rights. These are rights and freedoms, right? That is afforded to every single citizen, no matter if you're rich or poor, doesn't matter if you're uptown or downtown. Number 30 now says, in CARICOM countries, citizens have the right to vote. This right is called A, enumeration, B, social justice, C, disenfranchisement, or D, universal adult suffrage. So the right to vote is called D, universal adult suffrage. Number 31 says, a country's population will increase when the A, birth rate is higher than the death rate, B, death rate is higher than the birth rate, C, emigration rate is higher than the birth rate, or D, emigration rate is higher than the immigration rate. Answer for number 31 is A. A country will see an increase when more babies are being born than all the people that are dying. Simple. All right, so let's look now at number 32. This says, which of the following factors contribute directly to a fall in the infant mortality rate? So we're looking for a combination of two or all three. So I says immunization, I says improved nutrition, I says household income. So which of the following directly links to a fall in infant mortality rate? So it's a combination of two. So it's I and I. So the answer for number 32 is A, I and I. Number 33 now says, which of the following best explains why birth rates have been falling in some Caribbean countries? Why birth rate has been falling? So why less babies are being born in certain Caribbean countries? Is it A, fewer babies are dying in the first year of life? B, family planning is now encouraged in several countries? C, the quality of medical care has declined in some countries? Or D, larger numbers of persons are migrating from some countries? Easy. Answer for number 33 is B. Birth rate is declining in some Caribbean countries because family planning is now encouraged in several countries. All right, so the last one for this video is number 34. Persons would be considered unemployed if they are A, under the age of 65 and disabled, B, working for less than 12 months a year, C, studying full-time at an institution of higher learning, or D, between the ages of 16 and 25 years and actively looking for work. All right? This question is very tricky, and I believe that this one is problematic. I personally don't like the suggested answers. Here's why. Question says, persons would be considered unemployed if they are under the age of 65 and disabled, right? Under the age of 65 and disabled, no, we wouldn't consider those persons to be unemployed because you can be under 65 disabled and still have a job, right? Because we say the blind senator in Parliament, Senator Floyd Morris, is under 65, disabled, but he wouldn't be considered unemployed because he's working, right? I think he has a book out, and I think he has a business as well, right? So strike out A. B, working for less than 12 months a year, right? You wouldn't be considered, you would only be considered unemployed when you are not working. So working for less than 12 months, so if you're working for 10 months, you'd be employed at the time. So it's either you're in a seasonal employment, and whenever the 12 months reach or 11 months reach, then you would become unemployed. So that answer is not valid. So we have the problem now with C. So studying full-time in an institution of higher learning. Yes, you're not employed, but you're a student. So that's where I have the problem. D says between the ages of 16 and 25 years and actively looking for work. So what about the persons who are 26 and above and not working? Wouldn't consider them to be unemployed? So we have a problem. A is not practical. B is not practical. D as in dog is not practical either. So the only answer we are left with is C. Studying full-time at an institution of higher learning, that would consider you to be unemployed based on the suggested answers that are given here. So C is the only one that is left that is not as problematic as A, B, and D. So I would select C for the answer for number 34. Thank you guys for watching this video. Again, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Do not keep the videos to yourselves. Share, 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 share. Share as much as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to make the next video completing the rest of questions. Thank you.